Hey everybody, Jeff the Drummer here. As you can kind of see, I'm standing in front of an electronic drum kit today. I'm at my buddy Scott's house. This is his little home studio and I'm just doing some drum tracks for them. So I thought today I would talk about what it's like to play a studio session in a home studio and also using electronic drums. Why don't we get right into it and I'll show you a couple things that might help you out if you're in this kind of situation. And maybe I'll show you a little bit of video of me performing. Yeah, let's go back here and have a look at what we got, and I'll give you a couple pointers and how I like to prepare, and we'll take it from there. Alright? By the way, I'm also taking this opportunity to try out these Carbon Pro Tegra sticks that were sent to me. This is a Italian company, and my friend Patrick actually is helping them design a guitar, and they're, I guess, experts in composites. So they're trying to make drumsticks, and they asked me to kind of work with them. So thought I'd give them a shot today, see how they feel. I don't know their website. I'll put it in the description below. But yeah, I'm always up for trying new things. Why not? Alright, so the first thing that I like to do is, as you can see, we have this beautiful Roland V-Drum set. These are really cool. If you ever have to do a gig or a recording session using electronic drums, I really recommend these. They're probably the closest thing to the real thing, with the mesh heads and everything. But as you'll notice, they're set up in a real specific way, and this is pretty much the setup that I like to use. You know, I got the one rack tom, two floor toms, I have my ride in close here. Usually I put my crash cymbals here, and then the hi-hat. I got a double pedal setup for this session. This drum I'm not using, but we could use this as like a percussion instrument or something like that. The other big thing to be aware of is what sounds you're triggering with your cymbals, because any of these drums for that matter can trigger any sound you want, so you really got to make sure that you know what's going on. I usually try to make sure that kick, snare, and toms are just triggering those sounds. And if I need like a cowbell or something like that, I'll put another drum somewhere else where I would have a cowbell anyway, which for me would be right here. But the cymbals can oftentimes trigger different things. So I always make sure that I have my hi-hat, ride, and two crashes like I would in the real world. And then for this session, we actually have this cymbal triggering a china. This is normally where I would have my china, so even though it doesn't look like a china cymbal, this is actually triggering a china sound. So you really got to be aware of what sounds you're actually triggering, because sometimes as you're playing, you can kind of get confused and hit the wrong thing. And you know, this is the actual controller that has all the sounds inside of it. What we're actually doing today, though, is we're recording to a computer, and we're going to use sounds later on, so we're just trying to record the MIDI data. So this is actually set up to just send the MIDI data to the computer in the control room. But I have done sessions before where we'll use the sounds in this brain, so sometimes you need to kind of go through and tweak things, and I highly recommend that you spend some time with this, if you can, and learn how to tweak the sounds and to get things sounding right, because if you're not going to go back and change sounds, you really need to get it right the first time. Kind of like as if you were playing real drums. Got a talkback mic here so I can communicate with people in the control room. I have some charts here. It's a studio dog there. So I got some charts here. I have that there just as a reference. I guess that's about it. Hope this gave you some good ideas on how to play a studio session using electronic drums. I am Jeff the Drummer. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on Facebook at Jeff the Drummer. You can find me on YouTube at Twitter, JTD Show. YouTube, Jeff the Drummer Show. Please subscribe and keep in touch. And until then, keep it grooving, and I will see you next time. Take care.